Hi, I'm Kim and this is Tracy and we're down at the Woodend Outdoor Exercise Station. So we're going to jump into an intermediate workout program. This is recommended for someone who is already involved in some sort of physical activity but just wants to progress that a little bit further or change up their current routine. We recommend just before you start the program just to go for a brisk 5 to 10 minute walk just to warm up and get your heart rate going. And yeah, we'll get into the programs. Sit to stand. So this is where we have our hands across our chest. We're going to have our feet hip width apart, pressing through the heels as we stand to an upright position. Keeping our posture nice and tall, core on nice and tight, standing and returning back to that seated position. If you want to progress a little further, there is a multi-bench which is a bit lower to increase the difficulty, or you can also progress to single leg. So this is going to move one foot to the center, lifting one leg out, good, and standing, pushing all that weight through the heel into an upright position, keeping one foot elevated and swapping legs. Good, and we want to repeat that about 10 times for each leg. So for our intermediate program, we have the elliptical here. So just holding the hand grips and standing onto the platform. You're going to push one hand and foot forward at a time while the other one's pulling back and alternating positions. To increase the intensity, you just increase the rate, and you want to do this for about 1 to 5 minutes. So for our push-up on our multi-bench, you just want to grip those handles each side, bringing your chest down towards your hands. You just want to make sure your chest is in line with your hands there, keeping a nice straight line from your knees all the way up through to your head. Keeping that core on nice and tight and engaged. If you want to progress this movement further, you can go onto your toes. Keeping a nice straight line, bringing your chest down to in line with your hands and pressing back out. Good, keeping that core on nice and tight. Perfect, and you want to aim for about 10 reps. We have a static lunge, so you just want to move your front foot forward, keeping that knee in line with the toe. Make sure it doesn't come over the toe, dropping that back leg at about 90 degrees. Good, and returning back to the starting position, keeping that chest, head up, keeping that posture nice and tall, and about 10 reps on each side. Perfect. Seated dips, so you just want to grab the grips and have your bum as close to the bench as possible, and you just want to drop those elbows down until there's about a 90-degree angle in those arms, and pressing back up, really engaging those triceps. If you want to make this a little bit more difficult, you extend your legs out straight, keeping that bum in close to the multi-bench and pressing up through those triceps, keeping that 90-degree angle. Good, and you want to aim for about 10 repetitions here. Perfect. We have a leg press. Just be careful when climbing into this one because it is quite a high gap to get into. You just want to pop your feet about halfway up the platform there, keeping your back nice and tall and extending those legs out, keeping a slight bend. Good, pressing through those legs. Good, and you want to repeat that about 10 times, keeping your back nice and straight, pushing through those heels. Good. Body twist. So you're just going to grab the handrail because this platform is unsteady, and then standing up onto that platform. You're going to slowly twist your body to this side, holding onto the rail just lightly, and then returning back to center. Make sure your obliques are working to twist you back to the center and you're not pulling on the rail. Your hands are just lightly there to support your stability. Good. So twisting from side to side about 10 times on each side, returning back to center each time, using those oblique muscles to twist you back to the center. Perfect. After conducting our exercise programs, it's important that we do a stretch afterwards. So we're going to stretch our quadriceps to start off with. So just standing up nice and tall. If you need, just grab a pole or something to support you and bending that leg behind you, grabbing onto your toe and trying to squeeze it as close as you can towards your bum. And holding that for about 20 seconds before repeating it on the other side. So you feel a nice stretch along the front of your thigh muscle there. Perfect. Next we're moving into a hamstring stretch. So placing that leg out straight in front of you, bending the other leg, the heel stays on the ground, bending that toe, flexing it up towards you, really stretching out the back of the thigh there. So this will get a nice deep stretch through the hamstring, and swapping sides, holding for about 20 seconds on each side. So to stretch out our shoulder, we just want to grab onto a pole and just slightly press that shoulder forward. So it's a very slight movement, but you'll feel that stretch within your shoulder as you feel that resistance. Good, so just pressing that chest forward, stretching out that shoulder and the rotator cuff, and swapping sides, holding for about 20 seconds. So to stretch out our side muscles, you just want to be standing with your feet about hip width apart, reaching your hands up nice and straight above your head and bringing your body over to your side. Good, making sure there's a nice deep stretch down here. Holding that for about 20 seconds before returning back to the center and alternating sides. Perfect. Right, to stretch out your upper back, you want to be standing nice and tall with your feet hip width apart. Have your hands clasped together in front of you, arms nice and straight, and then just bend that upper back, curving that spine, dropping that head below between those shoulders and holding for about 20 seconds. Great work on completing this program today. Don't forget you can come down at any time and utilize this great equipment, and go and enjoy your day.